Hey there everybody, Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CarterMatt.com.
This video is a reaction to The Circle episode 11. Here we go. See, teamwork makes the dream work. We figured it out. Okay, so...
I was running out of fingers.
Yeah, in this video, we will talk about what is sort of the lead up to the big finale, the final vote, the final rankings. We say goodbye to Ed, and the surprise of no one that Ed is gone before we get to the end of this.
And one of the biggest cliffhangers that I've been waiting for to see Shubham and Seaburn. Shubham?
The Shubham meeting
is... See what I did there? I'm very excited about this.
See, the Shubham meeting is coming. It's coming at the start of the finale, and we're going to have a video discussion up on that very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Also, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. And we have an interview going on Carter Matt, the site today, that is with the winner of The Circle.
Yep.
I'm not going to spoil it in this video, but we'll put a link in the description if you want to go and take a look at that. But, alright, let's get into episode 11, because I will start by saying this. I was surprised that the final vote is happening in episode 11 and not 12, just in the moment. I was just like, really? We're already at the final vote?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised too that that was happening this early. I am now more curious about what the actual finale is going to be, because we're not going to have 40 minutes of them revealing the votes. So I feel that the big cliffhanger where we saw Shuby waiting to have this meeting, they all have their last face-to-face, and it's together, where they're not just actually talking on DMs and all that.
Yeah.
They're actually all going to see each other. And we saw Shuby waiting.
Yeah.
Seaburn on his way. So I think that it's going to be really fun to see that in the next episode. But I can't imagine that the whole episode is going to be about that.
No, it's just not enough footage there. Don't get me wrong. I would watch Seaburn do a lot of things for an extended period of time, but 50 minutes to an hour of just like hanging out with Shuby and Seaburn and Chris and Sammy, like all of them together. I don't know about that, but I do think it is a fun sort of cliffhanger that they've set the stage for us to be able to check out. The thing that I was kind of wondering about while I was watching was at first they were sort of like, okay, this is your final ranking. And they hadn't said until like a minute or two later that the winner of The Circle would be determined from this.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, okay, well, maybe this is the final ranking, but maybe the winner of The Circle is going to happen via some other form. Maybe we're going to have a Circle jury show up. Maybe they're going to have a reprisal of the cake decorating competition, and the winner will be...
Joey.
Yeah, Joey. That would be production just hating Joey to the ends of the earth that they made him do that. But no, I felt in that moment, I was like, okay, what else are they doing? But then they were like, okay, yeah, so the winner of The Circle is going to be determined by this.
Which is a really interesting way to go about this. I've never really seen anything like this where it's not sort of a jury of people that have already been eliminated. We've seen that on Big Brother. We've seen that on Survivor. We've seen that many times before, that this is being put together and chosen by your peers who are all still in the game, which makes this very strategic, this move. Like when we saw Joey talking to himself about, oh, he's been here through the whole thing with Shuby.
Yeah.
Does he want to put him as number 1? And then you saw him kind of contemplate putting him at number 4. Joey's playing a really smart, strategic game at this point and sort of trying to figure it out. Because if you really think about it, Rebecca may have Shuby at a number 1 as well. It's possible that a Sammy might. And if Joey also does, then Shuby's won the game. So Joey would, in his best interest, if he wants to win the game, he's got to place him lower and try to figure out. It's even more than just who do you want to win.
Yeah.
It's how is everyone else going to vote to try to make it so that everyone else is in the 2, 3, 4, 5 spot and you're then left in the number 1 spot.
It's all, there's so many different like strategic wrinkles here, because I would feel bad for Joey on some level. I mean, yes, it would also be funny if him ranking Shuby too high and then they sort of reveal the math on the final episode and it's like, Joey, because you did this, you have lost the circle. What a terrible way to go out that would be if he lost because he was too kind to Shuby. But I feel, what are these? I would rank Ed number 1 in this final ranking because I know Ed is not winning.
Yeah, I was not surprised that they decided to get rid of Ed. They've gotten rid of every new person. They're not bringing any new people till the end. But at the same time, strategically, it would have made sense to bring Ed to the end because Ed's not winning.
Yeah.
Like, he's just not winning. So, not taking the opportunity to cut somebody really important at this point, I don't know why they just didn't take that opportunity. They really have built some connections that feel so real that they just can't look past it. Everyone's there for the money, but now everyone is also here for the relationships.
Yeah, and I think there's probably this sort of thing where if Ed ends up winning this game somehow and there's a sentiment of, oh, he doesn't deserve it, or if Ed finishes like 4th place and he doesn't deserve it in the minds of some of these other people, maybe they would be mad at them after the fact. Like, I can't anticipate people being, like, extremely mad at Seaburn. You know, we'll see on that. But, you know, all he did was catfish people. I think they would...
Oh, that's all he did was catfish people. I'm very curious to see how Shuby's going to deal with that. And I do hope that he takes it the best that he can, because it does feel like, even though Seaburn has been playing Rebecca, that this kind of fun, goofy self that he is, it has been there in that character, and that he's been at least truthful on that part. And I don't know, we'll see how that plays out. But we do have to say goodbye to Ed.
Bye, and Tammy, I guess. Tammy's also there.
Yeah, that's like I said, I have said this since we've met them.
Yeah.
And they were trying to, when they went to go see Sammy, which wasn't a surprise.
Yeah.
That they were like, oh, it was like a tag team, and sometimes you're talking to Tammy. You were never really talking to Tammy. I'm sorry. I was here for this when that was first introduced, and I thought, oh man, it's gonna be good. We're gonna have Tammy with Ed's picture. This is gonna be so good. There's so much material to be mined from this.
But no, I mean, if Tammy actually was controlling Ed at some point, it must have just been like a really boring conversation that Tammy was having with Sammy that we didn't actually get to see any of it really at all.
The real issue is if you had Ed's picture and Tammy putting up a mojo, they're going to know exactly what is going on in it. There is no way that this young guy thinks it's an emojo.
Yeah.
My mom loves Toyota, and for some reason, she cannot stop calling it Toyota.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just a mom thing, but as soon as I start to hear those things, I don't think you're young. Sorry, Mom. I still love you, though.
I think Kevin from Big Brother, I think he did the same thing. I think he called them mojos or something like that too. I don't know what it is. It's a generational thing, but
that's fine. I'm an old poot. I get it.
You're not an old poot. You know how to say emoji properly. See,
for now, give me another couple of years, and I'll be saying Toyota as well.
Oh no! Don't throw that out there. Okay, so Ed and Tammy, they're gone. It didn't really obviously have to work out. Well, I think, though, more so than Ed and Tammy and their relationship being revealed to Sammy, the biggest secret of the night is gubernatorial candidate Shubham. Like, Shubham revealing that he has run for governor. It was just like, what? Like, when did that happen?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that online, I'm not gonna lie, so I knew that before then. It was interesting that he brought it up. I mean, we voted in that election, and I don't remember seeing him on there, but the fact that he came in second to last, good for you. You were on the ballot, you did this, very young guy. It was kind of cool. Yeah. I'm glad he revealed that. It was neat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not endorsing any politics here at all, but if somebody had said in the circle, oh yeah, by the way, I ran for governor of a state, I would be really afraid that they were just playing a politician on me the entire time and they knew exactly what to say, and like I would have probably ranked them lower because I would be afraid that they're too good.
I agree. As soon as you pull out that you're a politician, then you do know what to say, and that is a little bit nerve-wracking. And we have seen that even though Shuby's been really pretty genuine with everybody, what you see is what you get, and that's cool. I would be worried that that's part of the charm of him being a politician, to be able to know that if you're gonna run for something, you do have to be as genuine as you can be, because all that stuff will come out. So if you're gonna play that in the game too, all that stuff is gonna come out, as we're about to see with Shubham. I'm gonna play that till the end.
Yeah, you really. Well, I mean, we're starting the finale with a big Shubham reveal, so I mean, it's obviously gonna be a pretty big thing. But with Ed and Tammy's elimination, and now that we're kind of looking at the final five, I think it's a worthy question to ask now. Should the Circle consider changing up the structure of the show somehow for season 2? Because I'm not trying to compare it to any international version, but if it's a strategy where, okay, if you're one of the original people in the house, you can just band together and just eliminate everybody else who comes along the way. Like, who's to say that this won't happen every season here on out?
The thing is that I feel that a new person can break through this. It's just that we had Miranda come in and she played so badly. Yeah. And then we had Alex come in and he played even worse.
Yeah.
And then we had Bill come in who was just like, y'all are fake. So he played really bad.
Justice for Bill.
Then we had Sean, who came in and started as a catfish and was like, hey guys, I'm lying to you all. Do you still like me? It was just the people that came in late, except for Ed, who I feel just came in way too late. If Ed had maybe come in at the beginning, I could see Ed continuing on and maybe being in this final five, and maybe somebody like your boy Seaburn maybe not being there. And it's just, I think it's how the casting kind of falls. Like, let's say we had Chris, who's so likable, gets along with everybody, has good relationships with everybody. If he came in later, I think he would have been able to cultivate those relationships. I think it's just kind of how the casting fell on the people who came in late. Bad players. Enjoyable to watch, though.
Yeah. I almost wonder if they were they had a group of people who they knew for sure they were bringing in right away, and it's like, okay, these are the other people we want to bring in down the road. I think you're probably right. Eventually, they could bring in some different players that may end up working for them to some degree. I think it's probably just a situation where they had a group of people who were there this time around at the start who were loyal. They didn't really know the game, how to play it. Who can blame them?
Well, that's the thing, right? Is it's also about who do you already have at the beginning. So, we had some people like Sammy who said, I would flirt a little bit and then I would friend zone you. And so this beginning group didn't feel like a lot of people who were there to flirt their way to the end. This was a group of people who were here to make relationships and get to the end. Yeah. So then we have people who are coming in to flirt to the end and they're just all getting eliminated. I think if this was a different, if this was switched and we had all the people that got eliminated in here first who were like, I'm here to flirt to the end, then they're kind of setting the stage of how it's going to be. So then when you bring in the more genuine people and they look around and they're like, oh, here's Adam who's flirting with everybody, Miranda who's flirting with everybody, and Ed who's flirting with everybody. Well, I better put that I'm single and I'm going to flirt with everybody because nobody in here is being like a Shuby or a Sammy or just genuine.
Yeah, I think it's a challenge. It can be overcome. I think you're right. I think it can be overcome. And I think if there's a season 2, we will probably see a more competitive Circle with a lot more cutthroat people doing some backstabbing. Yeah. That's why I kind of want a season 2. Come on, Netflix.
Come on, Netflix.
Make it happen. Okay, so before we wrap this video, let's try to give a sense of where we think the finale could be going. To me, it's a 3-person race. I feel like it's between Sammy, Shuby, and Joey. And
I agree. I think that as likable as Chris is, he's kind of been mostly ranking middle of the pack throughout the entire thing. And Rebecca, Seaburn, I just don't see it.
No.
It just feels like besides Shuby maybe giving him a number 1, I can't see anybody else throwing a number 1 towards him.
No.
So I just don't see him winning. I can see lots of people thinking that Chris is really likable and he can win, and everybody kind of giving him a 3 or a 4 to make sure that he doesn't.
I think Chris's biggest flaw kind of got exposed a little bit in this episode where it feels like they know Chris, but they don't know Chris. That they haven't really gotten that like deeper layer of him on the same level that they have some other people, because they keep saying, "Oh, I don't really know where Chris is at."
It's true, and we don't really know where Chris is at either. The only real like tight relationship that we really started to get a little bit deeper with Chris was with my girl Karen, and she's been gone for a little while now, and she was able to pull back the curtains a little bit and see what's going on and have that deeper relationship. But since then, that focus has been gone.
Yeah, if I could pick someone to win, I would pick Shuby to win, because I think he had, and ultimately, a pretty dominant game. He was the influencer a lot. He was incredibly likable. He was an underdog. He was fun. I'm casting my lot with Shuby, but I would not be surprised if Joey or ultimately Sammy ended up winning.
Can I cast my vote for Karen?
Okay, Karen is not an eligible player to win.
The thing is that it really is a 3-person race that I go back and forth with it. I feel a connection to Shuby because I'm like him with the social media. It's not my thing. I feel very similar to him on that. And he's also a nerd, so I gotta have my nerd connection with him. And he is so likable. Yeah. And he has been influencer a lot. So he definitely deserves to win. But then you look at somebody like Sammy, who's played such a great social game with everyone. She has opened herself up in a way that not a lot of other people have. And in a game that is social like this, someone like a Sammy really deserves this win. And I'd like to land on Sammy. But then you look at someone like Joey, who has not only opened himself up in this game, but he is one of the only people that I've really seen be strategic about things and actually sit there thinking things out. Oh, if I put this person here, where does that leave me? And how does this work? If and where do I land in that? And he's the only person I've really gotten any kind of feedback like that with, which makes me then want to land on Joey. Yeah. So I'm in a very strange spot where these 3 people, if any of them actually end up winning, I'm not going to be mad at it at all. Like, they played different but solid games.
I feel like I'm going to be happy no matter who wins between the 3, because I think they've all played well. I think they're all likable in their own way. And, it's just weird looking back at the first episode where I wasn't too sure on Sammy and I thought Joey was too much with his buddies. And it's
oh my goodness, I go back to episode 1 with Joey. I'm just like, those buddies, you can go hang out on the Jersey Shore. I am so glad he cut that out, because as soon as he did and I started to get to know him and he was being so genuine with doing his face routine and his skincare routine, I was like, man, okay, now that that has been gone, now we have Joey and this is great.
Yeah, I like all 3 of these people, and we will be able to discuss all of them in the big finale very soon. Be sure to check that video out and let us know what you think about them doing the final vote in episode 11 in the comments. And are you surprised that no one tried to boost Ed up to get into that top 5? And if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking that link in the description to the Carter Matt store. And we'll see you here next time.